How's it going, everybody? Dr. Coin back at it again, and welcome to the Coin Cave. In today's episode, we have a nickel hunt for you guys. Now, I went to the bank and picked up a nickel box, and I actually picked up a couple bundles on the side there. So this is a $150 nickel hunt. Now, I do have some machine wrapped rolls here. Usually, I'd be super bummed out when it comes to nickels and having machine wrapped rolls, because it would mean they have been through the ARP, the Alloy Recycling Program. If you guys would like to know what that is, I'll put the link for a video I made about the ARP in the top corner there. But these rolls actually are not ARP machine wrapped rolls. When I was looking through, I actually noticed that there was a diadem and there was actually a 1963. Now, I'm not too sure where they are. It's hidden somewhere in there on the top, but there's a 1963 and a diadem ender, which means there's the diadem right there. I think this is the 63 right there. So that is a good sign. I'm really hoping that maybe there's some old stuff in these machine wrapped rolls. I don't get to hunt wild machine wrapped rolls too often. A lot of the time they will be ARP rolls, which means there will be nothing pre-2000 in them. So hopefully a few Georgies made their way in here, maybe some Geroge V's. That would be pretty awesome. But there's some other good stuff we can definitely look for. 1970s, 1991s, 2000 Ps, proof specimens, any of that would be just lovely. But before I can start tearing into this box, I would appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more coin roll hunting, coin collecting videos just like this. And then without further ado, what do you guys say I start tearing into this bad boy and see if there's any goodies inside? So let this hunt begin. Alrighty, so I am a few bundles down. I decided to tackle these clear rolls first because they are super annoying and I am not a fan of them at all. Whoever it is that invented these rolls, there's definitely a special place in the coin hell for you. But I made sure to check them all for inners, and I didn't see anything too crazy, but I have found a 1963, a 1964. Made sure to check it for the extra water line. I have the scope out, that way I can check for varieties and errors. And then we found this right here, which is a 2001 P, which is the more common variety, but this is like super, I don't want to touch it any more than I already have. This is the last time I'm going to touch it, but this is the most uncirculated 2001 P that I have seen. If it was a 2001 no P, I think it would be the rare variety, but it is so uncirculated. I'd say it's probably like MS64, MS65, so definitely going to hold on to this bad boy. But that's actually not what I'm tuning you in for. What I'm tuning you in for is our first decent find of this hunt, which is going to be in 1991. 1991 is one of the key dates for nickels, minted at 10,931,000. This is a good find already, and we have barely gotten started yet. I'm still really excited for those machine wrapped rolls. I got this box sitting over here ready to go, and what do you say we keep this hunt going, see if we can find any more goodies up ahead. Alright, so I finished off those loose bundles and I have now moved on to this box. I decided to start with the machine wrapped rolls because I'm like a giddy little schoolboy that just can't wait to tear into these and see if there's anything inside. So far, I have not found too much, but they are definitely not ARP rolls, I can say that. I'm just re-rolling them and flipping them over. That way I can keep track. But I'm tuning you guys in because we do have our first good find of these machine wrapped rolls, and it's going to be a 1967 bunny nickel, and it was actually the ender like this on the roll, and when I flipped it over I saw it was the bunny nickel. So not a bad find. These are getting more and more scarce as time goes on. A lot of people are starting to coin roll hunt here in Canada, and as coin roll hunting becomes more popular, coins like this will definitely be fished out of circulation a lot more. So we got ourselves a bunny. I'll add it up to the board with our other finds up there, and we shall keep going along. Alright guys, I'm getting towards the end of these machine wrapped rolls. I think I got something like 2 to go. I haven't found anything too crazy in them so far, and I have not found any 12 edge nickels in here. I did find one more 1964, and I found one more rabbit nickel, and I did actually find a 2000 P, not in the greatest shape, but guys, I just found something super epic here. We have ourselves a Geroge V nickel, guys. Now, I have not even seen the date of this yet, but let's take a look together and see what we got here. What is that? That is 1923. 1923 Geroge V nickel, guys. Oh my God, I have been long overdue for one of these for a long time. And these machine wrapped rolls seem to have paid out for me. I believe 1923 may be a key date. I think 1922 to 1926 are all key dates. So this may be worth a couple dollars actually. It's not in the greatest shape, but man, these George V's, they are extremely scarce. I do not find them too often. So I'm very happy to have found this. This hunt has been completely validated. I've had some real skunker hunts the last couple nickel hunts, and man, this is awesome. I can't believe this, guys. I think this is like the third or fourth hunt that I've actually found a George V nickel, and 1923 is a key date, so that is absolutely awesome. Hopefully there's a few more in here. I don't see any 12 edgers so far, but maybe we'll get lucky, and maybe it's just a matter of chance that there isn't any, or maybe it's on purpose and they have a machine that sorts the 12 edgers out. I'm not sure, but man, am I glad that this little round edge George V slid in there. 1923. I'll try and find the actual mintage for you guys and fill you in at the end of this hunt, but I'm going to throw this up on the board over here. I'm going to keep going along, tune you guys in if I find anything else. All right, we are getting towards the end of this box. I got about 10 rolls left to go here, and we just found ourselves our first foreign find of this hunt. This thing feels like almost nothing. Geez, I think it's an aluminum coin. I'm not too sure what the denomination is. What does it say on there? East Caribbean states. This thing is definitely like an aluminum coin. It feels like it's not even made of metal. It feels like it's made of plastic, but pretty interesting design on there, kind of like a laurel wreath. The denomination is 2. I'm not too sure if it's 2 pesos, 2 dineros, $2. I don't know what that stands for. If you guys have any idea, let me know. But I always hold on to the foreign coins. Nice little foreign find for the board there. Not sure if it's fake, but man, this thing does not feel like a normal coin. But I'll throw it up on the board with all of our other finds, and I shall keep her going. Alrighty, guys, we are really getting down to the nitty gritty now. We got about 5 rolls left to go. I did find one more 1991, but that is not actually what I am tuning you guys in for. What I am tuning you in for is this stunner of a 56 Jefferson that we just found right here. I don't want to manhandle it too much, but guys, look at this 56 Jefferson. This thing has got to be near MS. I'm actually going to throw this under the scope and see if maybe it has any steps. I don't think it's going to get full steps designation or anything like that, but let's throw it under the scope and see what this bad boy's looking like. So I can definitely see a couple steps there, but I think it has to have like 5 or 6 steps to be a full steps designation. But man, this is a beautiful 56 Jefferson, guys. Look at that. Look at the luster that's still left on that. It doesn't have a mint mark that I can tell, so I don't know if that makes it a Philadelphia by default. I'm probably going to look it up and let you guys know at the end, but man, what a great coin to top this hunt off. If we find anything else, it'll just be a cherry on top, because man, this has been a great nickel hunt so far. Alrighty, guys, I have concluded this hunt. Before I start wrapping up all these epic finds, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you have not and you'd like to see more awesome videos just like this. Then what do you say I show you some of the epic finds we managed to snag today. So to start things off, we have that foreign find of this hunt, which is from the East Caribbean states. I'm not too sure the denomination, but it looks like a 2 to me. A pretty cool little coin, even though it feels like it is made of nothing. We found ourselves 3 1963s. We found ourselves 4 1964s. I made sure to check all the 1964s under the scope for the waterline, and they all came up a nothing, a nada. We found ourselves 2 1991s, which is pretty darn sweet because these right here are key dates and they are very low mintage. So we didn't score ourselves any 1970s. Would have been nice to get the all 3 of the modern key dates, but we did manage to score ourselves a 2000 P, which is another key date, minted around 5 million. These things are pretty hard to find. Even though I scored quite a few of them in some of my early nickel hunts, they have been getting rarer and rarer. I don't know if some of you Canadian coin roll hunters have been cherry picking these out of circulation, but they're definitely a good modern coin to look for. Probably the last good Canadian key date nickel that was ever made. We got ourselves this 2001 P that has kind of like a satin finish on it, similar to a 1991, and it is virtually MS65-ish, I would say. I'm obviously taking some grades off by manhandling it the way that I am, but it is in great shape. I'm going to hold on to this and either put it in my album or flip it up. We got ourselves 2 rabbit nickels in this hunt, which ain't too bad. Sometimes we can't even find one of these little guys in a nickel hunt, so I will count that as a win. And then, guys, take a look at this Jefferson nickel right here. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I compared it a little bit later in the hunt to a modern like 2000 Jefferson nickel, and this thing is just absolutely stunning. I don't know if it's a proof strike or a business strike or what is going on with it, but it is in great shape. I'd say this is definitely at least MS if it hasn't been cleaned. The edge is a little dirty, but it is in great shape. Probably the nicest old Jefferson that I have ever found, and I would have been happy with this right here. But guys, the find of this hunt is going to be a Geroge V. I think this right here is a key date minted around 2 million as well. This is one of the really good key dates for Geroge V, so this is a super epic find right here. I don't find Geroge V's very often, so this is probably one of the better finds I have ever gotten in a nickel hunt. I'm totally stoked for this right here. The key date for Geroge V is actually 1925, I believe, is the key date. This is probably worth a couple bucks, but it is definitely a good keeper. It's not in horrible shape either. I'd say it definitely scores a little bit towards the bottom of the grading scale, but man, I'm really happy we got a Georgie. If you guys want to let me know what your favorite find is down in the comments, I would appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one, y'all.